All right. Video game addiction lawsuit. Joe.
Video game addiction lawsuit?
Yeah, you can get compensation for gaming.
Or like they purposely did something to addict you to
it says that
you
can get compensation for mental health and physical injuries caused by allegedly addictive games. That is wild.
Did you read what the physical injuries are? What
Their fingers got crammed.
It's like
no, I'm just
wrist. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're talking. This is a class action lawsuit.
Yeah, it's a
class
action lawsuit.
All right, so you can make money off of it.
I guess so.
I think I made like about $40 a long time ago off of cereals. I don't know what it was. It might have been false advertising, but there are these class action lawsuit settlements that basically alleging that a company did something wrong, whatever it is, and there's a payout. And you can make some money on it. And we've got a guy who's been doing this for a long period of time, and we're going to talk class action settlements coming up. I'm Joe Ducey with the Better Business Bureau, and this is Joe Knows Better. I'm here with BBB's Director of Operations, as usual, Michelle Marin.
Good morning,
Glad you're here. We're going to talk something that's kind of fun. And Lenny Schlanganger. All right, Lenny, BBB's Lenny Schlanganger. He's here to talk about, now, Lenny and I go back a long time. Lenny works at the BBB, right? We all know him. He's a character, and great guy. And when I worked at ABC 15 and I worked with the volunteer team, Lenny and I would talk about all this stuff. At class action lawsuit settlements, his eyes just got like, whoa, like the bulging eyes, because he made some money off these things.
He knows how to handle it.
We used to do stories about that, right?
That is correct.
And what was the first one we talked about? Was it
the first one we talked about was milk.
Milk. What was the milk thing? It was what they say it was a problem.
They said that there was some dietary restrictions, and it was the company didn't claim that they did any wrong, but what they did was they mixed the wrong product in, so it was whole milk in with 2% or 1% in with whole milk. So you were able to get the monies back.
And there was a lot. There was a lot of money, I think, at the time. It was like, I think hundreds of, like $100 million, more than that.
That is correct.
Right? But the more we did stories on it, and the more other people did it, the more people knew about it, the more people entered.
Correct.
The less money you got. How much you get?
I got $2.50. But
how long did it take you to get $2.50?
Well, that one actually took the longest out of them all. It was 4.5 years.
Wow.
4.5 years.
Is that normal? Do they usually take that long, or what's the time frame?
They go between 6 years, 6 months to about 4.5 years.
Oh, wow.
But they do take a long time. But it's just the idea of them. You do use a product, and it's more the principle of the fact that you're actually doing it than anything else. It's not the money. It's just not getting back at the company.
And we're talking. Like I said, we're talking class action lawsuit settlements. These are things where a bunch of people, they ask a judge if they can do it can be called a class action basically, and they have like one person that's kind of the example. And then they can have other people who can become part of it. And it's basically allegations against a business doing something wrong. Allegations. The company in many cases doesn't agree that it's no wrongdoing, but they settle anyway because it's cheaper for them in many cases to do so. A lot of these are advertising. In that case, it was something even more than that. In some cases, it's like when they mention like I don't know. I can't remember what it is, but they mentioned like where something's from as the name of it, and it's not from there.
Oh, like the origin,
like Hawaiian
of it.
Punch. Mm-hmm. You might say, "Wait, this isn't from Hawaii." What? What's? But there are lawsuits like that people actually win. Now, a lot of the money goes to lawyers, but there's money available for people who can say, "I bought that product." Now, and there are limitations about how you get it. So there are a lot of them. They're currently on here. There's one involving Google. A lot of us are involved with that, and child privacy. So it's Google and YouTube. It's like $30 million. There are a couple of others involving Hyundai. And some of these are serious. Like this is Hyundai and Kia defective airbags.
That's the Tanaka one.
Is it? Yeah, the Tanaka.
Airbags.
Tanaka, man, that's been a huge thing. I did many stories about
over
that.
6 years now.
It's the airbags that they put in that actually exploded.
And shot shrapnel
and ended up hurting people, and it should have been saving them. But that was, anyway.
Well, I was looking at it. I was looking at them last night, and they range to more egregious type allegations to I had a class action payout a couple years ago from a retail online store, and I didn't even have an issue with the item, and I still got, I think it was like $6. So better than the milk one.
And you even know why. Well, so some of them you don't even have to enter. They just know you bought this
because you're in that company's contact list or database. Correct. Okay.
And sometimes, like me, I've gotten emails before saying you might be affected by this. Like for Facebook, I just got one for $20 after 2.5 years.
Facebook. Okay, tell me what happened there.
Yeah, Facebook actually sent out, you might be involved in a class action lawsuit, sent it to my personal Facebook account, and also sent me an email because that's the one that I have. So they sent out, you might be, so I signed up for it, got the code for it, and sat there and waited, put it in my box, my folder, and waited.
Wait, do you have a folder of class action lawsuits?
I do. I have a folder in my email for that. This way I keep track of them, so when the checks come in, which I actually have a couple of checks here, that
we told you he was the professional, folks.
He's the one
we told you.
And a lot of us don't go there. I mean, we see it and we're like, oh man, it can't be worth that much. But you end up making some money. Like the Facebook thing, I don't know if you got anything or that.
$20.
You got $20.
$20.
Okay.
For nothing, really, right?
Yeah, really
I mean, like you didn't.
I didn't do anything, but I just got the email, entered it, waited for the settlement to come in, and it was about 1.5 to 2 years for Facebook.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Tell me some of the things you got there. So you don't want to go over specific, or maybe you do want to go some of the specifics.
I have
Where'd you get?
one for $7.44 from Verizon.
Verizon?
And then I also
do you remember what the Verizon claim even was, or no? It was like, it could
no,
have been whatever. Okay.
It was just very general.
Okay, yeah.
And then I have another one for $5 from Briar's Ice Cream.
Briar's.
And I don't really have ice cream anymore since I try and take care of my body and not have ice cream anymore. But I did in the past, so I joined the lawsuit because you're not getting rich off it. It's just the satisfaction in knowing that a company supposedly did something wrong, but yet you want to just get your piece of the pie.
Right. And it could be, in these cases, it could be an advertising thing, it could be an ingredient thing, it could be whatever. But in a lot of cases, the company claims no wrongdoing. But you've made more money than that.
Yeah, I made one. There was a place that I worked for employment-wise where they paid you wrong. I was paid salary, and they paid a 5-day work week, but they demanded you work 6 days no matter what.
Right.
So being a manager of the place, they made you work 6. So one of the managers who got fired down the road decided, let's go to class action lawsuit. Only 13 people joined it, but it ended up being $13,000 in my pocket because I had to pay me 1 day for every day for the 3 years that it happened.
And it's a big company. We're not going to mention who, but it was a big company. So there are a lot of people who could have been part of it. But and these things are limiting in some cases. Like, you have to have it during a certain period of time. Like, I was going to look one up here. The deadlines come out up quickly. There's one involving, $4 million frozen waffle recall class action settlement, right? Wow. Deadline is 12/16. You just have to prove that you bought this product and you can get it. There was one involving the paddle balls. The paddle pickleball.
The paddle bar?
Pickleball padding class action settlement.
Wow.
Yeah, it was, I don't know specifically what it involved, but it was like, it was like, it's your pickleball paddle, you get a $300 refund.
Right.
The deadline, though, is whatever. It's coming up in like 2 weeks. So the deadlines are important, whether you actually meet the criteria. You have to go for some proof, right? What do you have to say?
Criteria, it depends on the lawsuit, because sometimes you have to produce receipts, but sometimes you don't need anything at all. You just have to be in, use the product during a certain amount of time. It was like 2019 to 2023. And they take your word for it 90% of the time. Sometimes they do have you produce receipts. Otherwise, it's just pretty easy just to join it.
There's a NBA lawsuit. There's a HelloFresh. Do you ever use HelloFresh?
I've never used.
It's those prepackaged things. $7.5 million. Well, let's see what this one says.
Yeah, it's a prepaid. It's the pre-made meals that are delivered to your house. HelloFresh.
What does it say? The company. According to the lawsuit, the company fails to adequately disclose the terms of its automatic renewal subscriptions. Now that's part of a lot of these.
Yes.
Right. Like the auto
most definitely
subscription. I think this one's involved in California mostly in that one. And again they don't claim any wrongdoing.
Yeah,
but
I was
going to
say these are all allegations.
All allegations. But so that I think you can make up to, whatever you paid for your products, as many products as you bought.
Oh, wow.
Full refund for all the amounts. That could be a sizable amount of money, right?
Sure.
So basically what you're doing, you're saying that you did. The company may not have done the right thing is the allegation here. And so in your case, you're making some money on it, but also you feel like you should do the right thing here.
Yeah, I do the right thing, but it also makes me satisfied as a human being saying, hey, I got back at you, but not in a blatant way.
Right. How long does it take you now? What's the fill out process? Does it
It ranges from 3 minutes to maybe 5 minutes. That's it. It's a simple thing. It just tells you your name, address, the whole 9 yards. It's basically putting all your public information out there.
Yeah.
And when you use the product in the whole 9 yards, and that's basically it. It's really not that hard to join them.
And then they tell you the potential award amount, but I think that changes depending on how many people join.
Yeah, they give you the gross amount that's in the pool, and they said that it could be this amount or up to that amount. Yeah. And then when you get it, it's a surprise when they find out how much it really is.
So how many do you think altogether, you said?
I've done between 12 and 14 over the last 6-7 years.
And how many how long did it take for most of them? And
between 1 year to the milk, which was the longest at 4 years.
Okay.
Which was the first one I joined.
For 4, now do you have some outstanding?
I have 2 outstanding still. The Facebook one
I love that he knows it.
Yeah.
Well, the Facebook one is the $20. It's supposed to be coming to me by next week. Yeah. And the other one, I can't remember the name of it, but I do have that in my file.
Okay. And you can look these up. If you don't, you're not. Some of you are going to get noticed on these. Others, you're not. So you're going to have to look them up. And you could do that. There are a couple of websites. Topclassactions.com is one website for that. The other one is consumeraction.org. That's a great organization out of San Francisco. They're a nonprofit, and they deal with a lot of things, but they also put up a list of the open settlements and also those that were closed. And you can find that online. But yeah, they're all $135 million Hawaiian Electric, University of Minnesota data breach, class action lawsuit, federal credit unions. Man, it goes on and on.
That's a lot of money.
And a lot of these are advertising related, right? Like they say that they didn't say the right thing. Are they
correct?
Do you remember any specifics about yours that you thought was interesting?
The Briar's ice cream one was interesting because you bought, let's say, chocolate pecan, there wasn't real pecans in there. It was an imitation pecan, and they had to put that on the label.
Oh, wow.
So that was one of the reasons why the class action lawsuit, and I don't even know how anyone in the public would even know that unless they knew someone in Briar's working there, tell them that it was an imitation nut.
And so did you have to prove you bought sometimes you have to send receipts?
Yes. Okay. Sometimes receipts. I've only had one, which was actually the milk receipt, because everyone goes shopping and they get milk every week.
I wonder how that imitation pecan came to light, though. Like, did somebody eat it that was allergic to pecans, but they didn't have like an allergic reaction, and they're like, oh, I mean, I'm just
it usually starts with like one person.
Yeah, like how does this even come up?
Exactly. A lawyer gets hold of it, and it becomes this class.
And it's just this huge, it turns into this, well, if you've been victim of the pecans that were not properly disclosed of.
But this one involves basically a weed whacker, a grass trimmer, and there's one involving Home Depot. And it basically says you get $45 back for this. But I think, it's a little bit of a hassle because you have to, some people may say, why wait that period of time for $2.50 or $7.50 or $12? Is it because, I don't know, is it like the lottery where if you just win once, it keeps you going for another year? And
well, what it is for me, it's just basically the satisfaction of getting that little bit of money. But once I enter it, I don't even think about it anymore until I get that email back another year or a year and a half later saying, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this one.
Yeah, like a set it and forget it.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden I get the check in the mail. I will check my email.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's a gift card, not gift card, a prepaid debit card they give you.
I remember when I got mine, it was a check in the mail, and the envelope was just so nonchalant.
Oh, really?
And thankfully, I opened it because I get everything. I'll be honest, I don't really check my mail anymore because everything comes to me in an email. And so thankfully, I opened it. But do they send it through? Was that just a unique circumstance because this happened a couple years ago? But
I've never had one except for the one that I have from the employment.
Okay, that's sent as a paper check?
From a lawyer with a paper check.
Okay.
And I also had to enter it on my W-9 for the year also because it was extra income.
Well, so maybe if you're doing this, check those random envelopes to make sure the check does come, or if it does come through that way, because...
I'm looking through these. It's Discover card. It's Toyota.
All sorts.
Airbag, again, with Toyota, $78 million. Whirlpool, leaky refrigerator, class action lawsuit. Settlement. I think when people see these and they think, you know what? I had that happen in my refrigerator. I'm going to, I think that's kind of interesting. So I'd be interested to know if anybody who sees this has involved themselves in this or made any money. We've got an Instagram page, Joe Ducey BBB. You can go there and let me know about that. Also a Facebook page, and we can hear a little bit more about it. In the meantime, we're going to see how rich Lenny can be, and maybe we'll follow up with you with the two. How much are the two that you have left?
Well, the Facebook was only $20, and the other one is, I think, $4 or $4.50.
Man, you need like hundreds. You got to find the hundreds.
I'm gonna try.
somehow.
I'm gonna try.
And when you do, I want to know.
You will. You'll be
Where
the
they
first
are.
one.
Yeah. All right, Lenny, that's great, man. Thanks for being with us, Michelle.
Yep.
Great. And let me know about these class action settlements and if you've had any. Again, Instagram and Facebook. We'll see you next time.